Fifth and Ash, there's some curb and brick repair. This actually happened in an area where a water tap and meter was installed about 10 years ago. Also, along 20th and Fort, a water line repair was made by the Water Resources Department, and then the street replacement was shored up by the Public Works Department. This was reported last month, but this month it got finished, so there was another section of Montgomery Ditch that had its bank stabilized. These are some before photos. You can see the erosion occurring. Then afterward, where it was completed, total cost for materials, labor, and equipment was roughly $30,000, and that was out of the stormwater funds. The Skyline Willow Draw was having erosion and sediment issues. This is a before and after pictures of different areas in that, but as you can see, the erosion on the left, and then after they're cleaning up a lot of the repairs they've made. At 27th and Fort, we were able to install a permissive left turn signal. We were actually able to utilize or recycle some equipment from the Vine Street project. So we saved about $15,000 by being able to use that equipment. The Hayes Fire Department. So this is a project that got stalled by the pandemic because it was going to utilize a lot of students from North Central Kansas Tech and Fort Hays, but NCK Tech has got in there and they are starting to do the wiring and installing the HVAC equipment. Parks and green spaces. So during this time, they've mined some soil and mixed it with compost to use for topsoil in the parks. The compost obviously comes from the city's recycling center, and then the soil was mined behind the sports complex. They've been taking down dangerous trees. These are some photos in Frontier Park where the tree on the left actually had a large section of trunk that was hollow to the ground. So making sure that those don't happen to be widow makers. Also, Dandrup Park, they limbed up some overgrown shelter belts so you can see the difference in the pine trees, and to allow, it will reduce collection of windblown litter, improve the park's aesthetics. The IT department has attended some training to utilize the floodplain data for FEMA's new community rating system. FEMA is estimating to have the maps effective December 2021. So the Department of Water Resources, 600 Commerce Parkway. So this is interesting. They removed pipe and shored up an old tank. I was informed that the firefighting water source for the airport was an underground tank. That's what I was told by Jeff Crispin. And the pipe, so the tank held water, and then when they had to use for fire services, they would hook up to those pipes. Well, it's no longer in use, obviously, so they removed the pipes. You can see the middle picture of them actually working on the tank down there and shoring it up, and that's all been, the tank's still there underground, but the pipes have been removed. This is something new, the Water Ambassador Program. This is actually driven by the Extension Service, or 4-H, I should say. It's collaboration with the city and other partners. I've been told that we're the only community in Kansas that has something like this with Extension. It was a program that was mirrored off something similar in Texas. So there are 4 middle school students. They applied and were interviewed to become ambassadors, and they spent a day there. I think there's multiple days they'll go through, but at this particular day they toured the water plant, the sewer plant. They all learned an activity, so they could go, like an exercise that they could go out and share the community, like at maybe schools or whatnot, to share the importance of water conservation. And actually, they actually had a person from Texas who participated in the Texas program and talked to them about how they are now pursuing a degree in college related to water conservation. CVB created the Deals on Meals, so they established a map of restaurant discounts for visitors, and they've been distributed to the hotels, and then there's an incentive for the hotel staff when these are distributed to visitors and when they go use those coupons. They also found time to make a video of the historic churches of Ellis County. You can find that on visithays.com. Obviously, it promotes the tour options for future groups. It's really professionally well done. Obviously, we had recently a lot of snow, so this picture at the airport using their snow blower that they got last year, I believe, and it sure kicks out a lot of snow. Project management, Tallgrass Second Edition's moving along. They're installing water and wastewater services for that. And then the I-70 West development, also with the mild weather, they've been able to install the sewer line and manholes. They're approximately 67% complete with the manhole or the sewer line construction. And then John Brown was here a week ago I believe, to kind of talk about this, so most of you know, but right now they're focusing on 37th Skyline and 41st Street. And then in March, they'll begin the next 3 roundabouts.